Well, it
Look at
says
this.
it's live. Let's find out. Hello, everybody! Blah!
Says we're live. I
It
think we're
says we're
live.
live. Are we on the interwebs, as they say? I hope we are. I hope this is working. You know what I don't have, as per usual, is the tablet on to listen for sounds, because why would I ever be ready on time? No, that's just not Mythical Rollers. Channel.
Woo woo.
Go.
Huh. I don't. Oh, wait. I'm
Yep,
muted.
we are live. Ha! We are live. Welcome, Mythical Rollers. A channel that has no idea what the fuck we're doing. No announcements. Let's get into the game. Let's just jump in it. Just boop, pop in it. I guess technically a couple of announcements. As you see, we're missing a couple of people. Due to some differences, two players have left the family as a whole, and one is having some personal issues right now, so they've stepped away for today's game, and another one has child aggro, and so they've stepped away from today's game. So it's just Nekusar and Tal today, the two talkers of the group mostly anyway, as we head into El Terrell to see what the fuck is gonna happen. Um, do either of you want to tell the adventurers at home what happened last time on Hoard of the Dragon Queen?
Yeah. Sure. I'll go for it.
Okay.
I haven't given a speech in a while. Um, we came up on this caravan that was in on the way to the town we were heading for the night. We walked past them. They looked on the up and up. We heard a screech of some form. And our party members, Dr. Cal and oh gosh, I don't have names in front of me right now.
Dr. Cal, there's Vale, Blair, Virgil.
Blair, Dr. Cal and Blair decided that we should go back and investigate to make sure that there was no trouble afoot. Um, After hearing the scream, Tal might have activated his lightning armor and was on the offensive to shoot some people. Come to find out that it was a woman in labor, and she needed some assistance. Tal, being the smart person he is in a lightning storm, decided to discharge his armor in the air. You know, nothing could go wrong with these statements. And scared the horses. So Tal and Vale spent the next 3-ish hours retrieving the horses and bringing them back, soaked by the time they got back. Um, while Dr. Cal and Blair helped the woman give birth. She gave birth. Dr. Cal blew some smoke and asked his god if the woman or the baby was going to have trouble, and the god said yes. So we decided to camp with them for the night, and we hung out. Tal made some kittens for the kiddos, some wind up kitten toys. Made a starry night kitten for the mama and new baby, and a shusher kitten to help everyone have a good night's sleep. Um, got up in the morning. We decided to Cal decided to ask his god again. Still said there was a problem. We ended up pushing for the family to move on, as we accompanied them to the nearest town. Um, and we basically accompanied them to the nearest town, stayed at the Golden Apple, and had an amazing meal. Um, Woke up the next morning, said our goodbyes, went to a shop that Tal's charisma failed him, and the old man hates people, I guess, or something like that. Um, it had a bad hearing problem. Dr. Cal fixed his hearing problem. Then he gave us some potions on the cheaper end. Dr. Cal also bought some legit um, paraphernalia and decided to smoke it before we left. Was paralyzed and stunned and just stood there. Um, Tal didn't want anything to do with it, so Tal just used his natural given abilities and removed a said paralyzation. And we walked to the city of El Terrell. When we got to was about 5 5 feet, or not 5 feet. Wow, like by about 5 miles, you could see the golden halo above the city. Virgil started to not feel well and decided that he is going to wrap himself in bandages and proceed into the city as the team went to the inn of that we were told to, and that's where we left off.
Great. That's 100%. 100%. Tal, go ahead and give you a DM inspiration die. Let's
Sweet.
do. You can add a D12 to any skill check.
Oh, good. I'll make those all the charisma ones with the -1 in sat.
Any skill check, before you know the result, you can add the D12.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, somebody on today's stream is a birthday boy.
Woo woo.
Woot, woot. Ah! It's Nekusar! What do you know? Nekusar, if you will please, uh, within Foundry's chat, do a /r space 1D100 as a super happy birthday surprise. /r, not r. Your dyslexia is kicked in there. 31. Okay. Okay. Remember that number. It's gonna come in handy later. You know, I'm so used to having to have all these windows open. I don't know why I'm trying to open up another window when I've got this really cool journal right here that says, here's what you need to say to these people as you're describing super cool stuff. Mother trucker. Oh, excuse me. So yes, Tal's reenactment of that, of what has happened last time, is fantastic. And about 5 miles out of El Terrell is a good estimation as far as that is concerned, and it does appear to be as though there is a angelic halo that is above the city of El Terrell, constantly shining brightly with radiant energy. And the bits of Virgil's skin that were exposed to that light started to bubble and blister. And so, kind of taking a chapter out of Nekusar's book, just kind of tore up some sleeping rags and bandaged himself up to look like Nekusar 2.1, and hopes that that is enough to stave off whatever this energy is. Um, do 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 do. So to finish the recap, the tavern you were all told to go to is called a pair of black antlers, which Tal is familiar with, as that is the quote headquarters of the Order of the Gauntlet. It is a place where the order hangs out. They drink. They do some game type activities, and just in general accept and send out missions from there. So Tal, you are familiar with El Terrell. Um, are you leading the expedition into the town proper?
Yeah, I think we just got to the doorstep.
Okay.
So I will remove the necklace, or not remove. I will bring out the necklace that I'm wearing that has the Order of the Gauntlet on it. Um, and I will also show the symbol that is on my right gauntlet
Okay.
um to the front doorsman. Um, and I will ask, is Onathar Onthar home? I think that's how you say the name. His name.
Onthaw.
Onthar.
Um, so as the group, other than Dr. Cal and Vale, who decided to go off more towards the mountain, since Vale was very uncomfortable with the sight of El Terrell and how massive of a town, city, general populace it was, feeling some anxiety about that, decided to stay more on the nature side, and Dr. Cal was kind enough to puff some smoke, and it goes that way, and there they went. So the rest of you coming out to this odd tavern called a pair of black antlers. No real sign hanging outside the doorway other than literally a giant pair of black antlers. That is it. They couldn't come up with a better name, I guess, and just stuck a pair of black antlers and goes, hey, what do you want to name it? And they just kind of point to it, and there it is. Tal, as you are coming up to the tavern, um, as kind of typical, there usually is more heavily armored Order of the Fist standing, or Order of the Gauntlet, excuse me, standing outside, and you would know that there is usually two others that aren't
They're
so
hidden.
noticeable. Yeah, they blend in with the crowds and the general populace very well. And as you come closer to the whoever was in the armor and saying the question that you did, you hear a voice. Aye, Onthar's back there.
I Can I enter?
Aye, if you fucking want to.
Good. These are my companions. They're with me. Like,
I figured as much since they walked up with you. You fucking jackass.
well, you're the fucker who sent me. So I'm just saying, like,
Ah, I
I'm
didn't
just,
send you.
well, the order sent me to go find
Great.
some random.
Go
Then,
inside and drink. You're being
God damn
pissy.
it. Arr. I'll walk
Okay.
in.
As you
One
walk in,
quick
go
thing.
ahead. What do you got next, sir?
Would I have been able to change my robes on the road before we got here, so I'm
Oh,
not wearing
oh,
draconic
for
garb
sure, for sure.
to my
Uh,
classic?
the robes are off. It's as a I don't know if we talked about this or if I thought it and didn't say it, but just as a point of order, the mask wouldn't adjust to your face until you attune to it, so the mask is off. Um,
Mhm.
so everybody's clear on it. So yeah, you can go back to your normal robes you were wearing prior to, and yeah, that's not an issue. So going inside, very familiar sight for Tao, but not to the rest of you. Um, Inside this place, off in one corner is a sand pit where you see a couple of burly dudes just wrestling in it. Closer, further in the back, is this long uh, wooden bar, um, countertop bar. There are three bartenders. Up at the bar is about eight people that look like they are in full plate. On off to the left is a huge fireplace where inside of it on a spit seems to be some sort of roasting meat. From the current angle walking in, you're not entirely sure, but you smell it.
Mhm.
There are a few tables where there are a couple of people in leather clothes. There's just a smorgasbord of randomness here. Behind the bar to the left hand side appears to be a bunch of papers that are tacked or nailed into the wall. And on the right hand side of the bar is where all the liquor itself is. Um, the tavern smells like, as you would expect, of sweat and alcohol. Not
Home.
not exactly pleasant, but strangely doesn't smell like vomit yet. So there you got that going for you. Up
Tal
at
will
the
add at
bar.
that. Tal will
Go ahead.
add at the point like where you get that point. Like he'll be like, "Yet this is good smell." There. Wait, wait till tonight. It gets fun.
Sitting up at the bar with what looks to be about three or four empty mugs in front of him. Um, Tal, you see a human male man with kind of longish brown hair, the back of which is his back is currently facing you. He's got the bald on top, but still trying to have the party off the side and the back long hair. You can see in his front he's got a full beautiful beard. He just can't grow anything up here. You know that to be um, Onthar.
Anthar, are you drinking away my profit?
As soon as his name is heard, he looks over and goes, Prophet Hell, you're back already? Finish your mission, Tal?
Damn right. Fast and easy. Even delivered a kid this time.
Fast and easy, huh?
Yeah.
I've heard that about you.
Yep.
Delivered a kid!
Yeah.
He's that
Shit,
fast.
Wow.
shit got weird. Shit got really weird.
Did you build him?
I made him a cat. Like I had a heart. It was weird. Like, but
So,
don't but don't worry because the douchebag shopkeep that we found, I totally made myself feel better.
I don't care about you, Tal. Did you bill the people you helped with the kid?
No.
Oh, Tal.
You know,
You
you didn't
have to
send me with any
bill
money.
your you have to bill your services.
God damn it.
How are you going to get paid if you keep doing things for free?
Well, I don't know. You keep sending me out on missions and don't pay me. So are you gonna pay me this time?
Did you fucking complete it?
Yes.
Well, I don't see Leosin, so
He's dead. Like
you
six.
can visibly see as soon as you say that Leosin is dead, like his puffed up chest bravado just like he slumps down, sits into a bar stool, leans and goes, "Dead?"
Oh yeah, like you know what you sent me on? That was a fucking suicide mission. Like that
Come up
drag.
to the bar.
Yeah, we need to talk in private. Like it's not good.
All right. Um, wait here. I'll send my squire for you.
Okay.
And Onthar goes behind the bar and actually, Nekusar. Ooh, Nekusar, go ahead and give me a perception check. I don't think Virgil's paying attention. Blair might be, so I will roll for Blair. Okay. Nekusar, to you, Onthar just disappears. You don't. It's it. He was there one second and then gone the next. Doesn't. It doesn't really make sense. But you see Blair that kind of like look, look around and look again. Like what? She doesn't say anything, but she takes note of something.
Blair, if you're trying to figure out what he just did, it's just all for show. He's a showboat.
Who is this man to you, Tal?
Well, there's a long story behind that, but he's a good friend. Um, he took me in when times were tough. Uh, I'm essentially one of his enforcers, and they do, from time to time they send me out on uh on some missions to go deal with stuff.
If that's how you speak with your good friends, I don't want to hear how you talk to your enemies.
Well, there's some things that you don't know about the order. Like we're not all lovey-dovey. Like me making shusher cats for people. Uh, like I was being. It was interesting. I don't understand that feeling a lot. Definitely more get down to business. Kind of how I talked with that shopkeeper that was a douche. But I got the last laugh, so I really don't care. Wonder how he's dealing with the noxious cat, by the way. Hmm.
One day you'll have to find out.
Yeah, he's just the big bad of this campaign. Oh my gosh. But Onthar is he's interesting. Onthar's kind of interesting. He technically owes us money, so we can just sit here until he sends the squire because if there's one thing he's good at, it's paying his damn bill. Well, most of the time. Actually, probably not most of the time. He's not worth the damn.
We're supposed to return a person. I don't
Yeah,
think
I,
you
I think
properly completed your mission.
I think the person you guys well, the person that I was supposed to find was already dead. So I brought you guys because maybe you guys could tell him what happened to the monk. Because the
I
monk was like dead, like dead.
did witness the whole thing.
So maybe we can have that conversation. But the monk was definitely dead. Then there was like a dragonborn that was killing people. And then you guys had a halfling that went actual rogue and stole all of our money. Um,
Oh, Bo. Ah, great
Nekasar, you
character.
you travel with some really shifty people.
It has been an interesting journey, I will give you that.
Yeah. I have a question though. Since you seem to be the most attached to Bo, if I were to put out like a 10 gold platinum on his head, would you have a problem with that? I kind of
10
want my money
gold
back.
platinum.
10
Or sorry,
gold
10
platinum.
Is that
10
not two different currencies?
sorry, 10 platinum. Kind of want our money back. And if that little halfling ever shows his face in El Terrell or Baldur's Gate, people will find him. He'd be smart to stay the fuck away.
Well,
At
knowing that little guy, he's probably gambled away our winnings, so even if you found him and killed him, what good would it do you?
True. But the fields would feel good.
at this point, a young man walks over uh, to you, Tal, because he recognizes you. You can see that he has on a oh man, a I can't think of the word. I can picture it in my mind. Oh,
Like a robe?
not not a robe, but he has like a tabard or um,
Oh,
a long frontal shirt that
I mean,
has
it's kind of a tabard. Yeah, I got it.
A poncho.
the Order of the Gauntlets symbol on it. And he, in kind of a broken voice in between um, still being a boy and becoming a man. Adele,
Yes.
this way.
God, he's so creepy. Like, kid, you need to go to the sparring thing and go become a man. Like if you want to be in this club, you got to nut up.
I'll get there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you'll be dead. That's okay.
Uh, so,
Uh-uh.
the squire shows you off to a private space off in the tavern, and what's weird is that he leads you off behind the bar, and then kind of in that spot, Nekusar, where um, Anthar was there, then he wasn't. There's a section of wall that moves ever so slightly, just enough where someone can get through. And so that's where he basically leads you off to. Once you all get through, the false wall moves again, and you can hear an audible click, like some sort of latching mechanism keeps that into place. And the squire shows you off into a room, opens the door, and just kind of with gestures off with his arm for you all to enter.
I will enter.
Okay. Nekusar, are you entering?
Yeah, if I'm invited and can
Okay.
come along.
All right. You like? I don't know. Sometimes you're weird. You like to be stand outside the door, not go inside the obvious room with a bunch of traps. You
I
like to
mean,
make
or lock the
think.
door behind us.
Technically, it wasn't him. So you all go in, and the squire shuts the door behind you all. Um, in this room, you see a couple of things. You see um, the the human on Thar with less armor on, and without the plate armor, you can tell he is a very strong man with very broad shoulders. At this point, he has pulled his hair into more of a pony that's been wrapped up into kind of a top knot. Um, there appears to be multiple pitchers of dark red wine, and he is just drinking out of one of the pitchers. He offers you all places to sit and goes, you can sit, you can drink, and he takes a big drink. We apparently have important business to discuss. At this point, I think you all know more than I do, so why don't you go first?
At this time, as customary, when Tao and Anthar are private, Tao will actually disable his armor for the first time, and you will just see what normal Tao looks like
Which
without a power armor on it. So
which
it's just
which is what does normal Tal look like when he pops out of his power armor?
um. So I'll turn it off, and then it'll turn off. And what you see is just it's my normal black and red cloak, with just some robes that go all the way to the ground. Um, very fitted. Um, not too flashy. Um, you can tell when um, I want to be in this kind of incognito mode that I'm trying to blend in more. So it's just like normal street clothes, nothing extravagant. Like my cloak is probably the most extravagant thing. Um, and I just kind of, you know, sit down next to Anthar, and say, "Oh yeah, this is a story for the ages. This is a this will be a really good story to tell everyone at some point." Um, these are my friends. Well, we're acquaintances. I think we're friends. Maybe we're acquaintances. This is Nekusar. He scares the shit out of me. He shoots Elder's energy, and is really good at killing people. I like him. This is Blair. She's the muscle of the group. She has a heart of gold, and she'll stab people. This is Virgil. Virgil needs some attention. I believe the the Holy City and Virgil are doing this, and Virgil's hurting. So if we can put Virgil somewhere where the Holy City's sphere of influence doesn't impact him as much, he might be actually okay. Outside of that, Virgil's a stand-up dude. He shoots people. He also might eat their hearts. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Um, Still working on that. Um, we have two other members of our party, Dr. Cal, who is how do I put this gently? He's an old man. Um, he smokes a pipe, and he kind of just goes off of these smoke signals. You know, I thought he was a crack, and then the smoke signals were like actually kind of useful, and eh, yeah, he's good. And then there's another member of our party, Leaf. Um, Leaf isn't from this place. And I mean, like, I don't think he's from here at all. Like, big cities, maps, like, towns, castles, like, everything just, like, confuses him. Like, and then up until, like, a couple days ago, like, he says he was, like, a ranger, but he, like, hit people and didn't shoot people. It was really confusing. But now he has a bow and he shoots people with trunks. So I think he figured out he can actually shoot things now. So I think we're in a better shape. Um, and I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. No,
Have
that's actually every.
have you been drinking more than normal?
I am sober right now. That might be the problem. And I just take
You
I just get a wine. Grab some wine.
you tell a interesting story as far as your companions and acquaintances, maybe friends. Uh, Two people wrapped up, seemingly hurt. I mean, Blair seems to be the only normal one out of the group. Armor, sword, shield. Not like you, Tal, who with your fiddling things. I'll give you your armor's pretty neat, but I
And
I
these
don't
aren't even the
understand it.
weirdest people that I have traveled with on this adventure. Just his description doesn't describe what we've been through. I've watched 6 of the party die. 5 have left on other terms. It has been quite, quite the adventure. As he said, a suicide mission it was for many.
All right, so Tal, what happened to Leosin? You were supposed to bring him back.
Yeah, he was dead. Um, Nekusar actually kind of maybe knows. He said they had a big fight before I showed up. Because when I showed up, they were trying to kill one of their own allies because he got corrupted by a giant death sword um, that corrupts people, I guess, or makes you kill people. We have it. We'll talk about that next. Let's talk about what happened to Leosin first.
He just downs one pitcher, sets it down, and grabs another.
Like I said, story for the ages.
Nekusar, please tell me what happened to my friend Leosin.
Well, I have to admit your friend was heroic and brave, but a little too naive of his skill. He was very impressive, but in the end, he didn't make it. We were traveling, and we heard that your friend Leosin was the one we went searching for, and we were asked to find him, but we were told he had been taken hostage by a draconic cult. We located this draconic cult, and we freed the very many prisoners they had of many civilians. Your friend Leosin decided to help us in our quest to enter this draconic cult's lair and destroy 3 eggs that were said to be prismatic dragons. Sadly enough, even in one of our first encounters with them, there was some extremely large and dangerous draconic generals. Bigger land drakes than I'd ever seen or heard of in my life, who were, I would say, corrupted by evil with magical powers. It was beyond words how I can explain what we went through. But your friend tried to fight these monstrosities head on. As we attempted to assist him, he fell in battle, and there was no way we could save him. We tried all we could.
That damned draconic cult.
You're aware of this draconic cult, I take it?
There were whispers about it, which is why Leosin went as a vanguard to investigate. His abilities to hide in the shadows and dart in and out of dangers quickly makes him better at such tasks than myself. After some time of not hearing anything, we sent Tao, as even with his weird armor, he is still faster and quieter than I am. I am the not the fastest nor the quietest.
I will admit, as soon as we released your friend out of that pit that the dragons were keeping all the prisoners in, I had never witnessed a man run as fast as he.
uh, he's he was a quick, spry little guy. How did you get his body? Bring anything back from him? Usually, he keeps journals or something of any information he may have.
The only thing I found on his body was a note. Um, I have that, but um, when it had a note, which I have, and also had a description of these guys. Um, except one of them was fighting each other, so super interesting. Like when I first walk in. Um, so I think that's where I kind of found them. It looks like one of them, I guess, essentially made a deal with the devil, or some form of being, in the form of this sword. Um, and I'll pull it out. And I was like, "Do not touch it. Like it is cursed, like by nobody's business." Um,
It is
however,
bloodthirsty.
yeah,
If you do not feed it enough blood, it will drain you of yours, it seems.
that's a good way to put it.
Take over your body just to retrieve more blood from whatever it can find.
So, it looks like the Dragonborn that was traveling with Nekisar um, and his friends, looks like made that deal, um, and paid the ultimate price for it.
You take out the sword.
Yeah, I have it. So I mean,
So you take it out of your bag of holding.
Mhm.
So I'm
It's still
assuming
in
you
its cloth.
right. So I'm assuming you're setting the sword down. What about the note? Did you set the note down?
Yeah, I'll hand him the note. I'll hand
Okay.
him the note back.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, so after I found these guys, we went into the cave. We actually did destroy the three chromatic eggs. Um, so at least three of her spawn are no more. They probably have taken a bunch out of that cave. So I wouldn't say that like we did anything to prevent it. Just make more minions. Um, and then we kind of started traveling this way. Um, we went back to the city of Greenus. Well, what was the city of Greenus? That was completely decimated. Like literally wiped off the face of this earth. Decimated. Looks like a war broke out there. Um, there was nothing left standing but a keep. And in that keep, there was nothing left outside of just walls and a tomb that was cursed that we decided to go down and defeat the Trial of the Champions. Woo. We and Blair got a new shiny platinum greatsword out of that, so but that
Longsword.
helps us. Longsword. So
Are you speaking poorly of my house? That is my keep. I just haven't had
Nekasar,
much time for the upkeep of it.
Nekasar, I just want to let you know I haven't bought that story since we went there.
Do you think the last owner had any use with it? As he
The
left, I
last
asked him.
the last
He
owner.
said, if you want it, have it.
Oh God,
I am moving on.
is that owner named Nighthill by any chance?
Yes, sir.
Oh God, yeah, he's got quite a tail. Um, that dude. Uh, have you heard the story of the boy who cried wolf?
It rings a bell.
Yeah, yeah. How that man ever came into power as being a governor of any town is beyond me.
Family bloodline happens a lot with humans.
Whew. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's your keep now, so I guess I'm wrong. So it is your keep. I would definitely do something about the spirits, though. They seem to have some territorial issues that you might want to work out.
As the two of you were talking about that, Onthar has picked up the note and is reading it, and he goes, "I do not see a dragonborn or a halfling. I see two guys, supposedly guys, all wrapped up. I do not see a human ranger, a blue man, or a giant of a man. Nekusar, it appears that you really have had a trying time.
It
If these
has,
people are already gone."
as far as I know, only one of those remain alive. And I'm sure he's living a good life right now.
Technically, two of them: human druid ranger man and your halfling.
Oh,
Technically. But if you want to say one, we'll go with one. It's fine. the the note says that, I guess, Nekusar, the greenest was decimated. So
the
the
dragon cult,
the
yet again.
rumors of the giant blue dragon, is that real?
It almost killed us. All of us. In one breath. It was the most excruciating pain I've felt. I didn't see anything until there was a flash of light once he breathed on us once. It is terrifying, the dragons. But yes, it is true. It circled the town for days and days, destroying, burning. Big
Wow.
blue dragon blowing its electrical breath of lightning upon a city. The city didn't have a chance against it.
Well, it seems Governor Nighthill was not crying wolf this time, apparently.
It's not what you said when you sent me.
That man asks for a fortune because it doesn't rain in a week. Asked. Although I do remember a group of refugees coming through. Wonder if he was part of that.
Was he? I was gonna say, was he hiding in that group?
I did not bother to look.
He was not directly with the refugees. He tried to stick it out with his town after his people all fled, but it all became too much and there was nothing left to protect for him, so him and a few of his chosen champions rode off after the group had left.
How strangely noble of him to be one of the last to leave. Interesting. Well, while the dragon was destroying and the cult was pillaging, were you able to, by any chance, figure out what they are looking for?
A green draconic mask. From what some stories I've overheard, it's part of a set that I'm not certain what happens if they collect all these masks, but they were very, very determined to find it, and the cult has left to another town to search for the possibility of this green mask.
Interesting. Something rotten is definitely afoot. We have no formal organization to oppose them, at least not yet.
From the trinkets and other objects they carry, I believe they all praise the chromatic dragon and strive to return chromatic dragons to this land.
Well, the chromatics are here. Are you saying they're trying to bring back their queen?
That is a possibility. And breed more, it appears.
Hell Riders protect us. Elturel has had enough with hell. Well, this piece of paper that is obviously in Leosin's handwriting requests that I give the people mentioned in the note 150 golds. You're missing some people, but perhaps that just means you deserve it all the more. I will make sure to honor Leosin's request of payment of 150 gold pieces each of you. Tal, your payment for this job of 100 gold will be deducted 25 for failure to bring Leosin in alive and failure to bill people for your services.
Whatever.
So you'll get 75 gold for this. And I will note this all down for the squire to pay you all.
I'm sorry, you
So,
thought about getting a new squire that doesn't sound like a chipmunk?
no, that's too entertaining. Really
God.
grates on some people's ears. I really especially like when the guys are trying to be serious with their morning exercises and their different wrestling routines just to make him go over there and say this. I like write this whole thing out that he's full of nonsense that he has to say. It
I'll be
really,
looking forward to hearing this in the morning.
it really, really starts the day off right. Well, you all seem capable enough to make it back here. Are you interested in more long days filled with danger and stress?
I think we might need to see this one through.
If it has to deal with stopping this dragon cult, that's already my task.
Indeed, it does.
Then I'm looking
Negasar,
forward to
I'm not
talking.
sure how much Tal has told you, but I represent the Order of the Gauntlet, one of the organizations similar to the Harpers you may have known of. Leosin was a Harper. And so news of his death will need to get sent their way. But we also need to know. Excuse me. We also need to know where this cult is going.
We think we know where they're going. We have a map. Well, it's not really a map. It's a bunch of arrows that point to random things that don't actually make legitimate sense. So I think it's half of a map. And I'll put it on. I'll put it on the table.
I think Nekasar has that map.
I'll put it on the table.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't remember if I gave it back because.
Okay. Interesting. He's looking at the map. Do you put the note that was found with the map with the map?
I think I have the note. Nekasar has the map, so yes, I would have put my half of the note down.
Well, you had Leosin's note.
Oh, are you talking about Arbor's old
Arbor
note?
found a note and a map together that kind of give
Yeah, I would have
some
that,
sort
and
of
I'll give
key
it
to
to him
this.
as well.
Okay.
We've put the sword on the table for a while. Has he even attempted to try to look at it?
He's been paying more attention to
The story.
you all, the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
He's definitely shown interest when you set it down. Um, but right now he seems to be more focused on um,
Yeah, the
factual
task at hand.
information at hand, right? So as he's putting these pieces together, um, you see him kind of lean back, and around his chest is a gauntlet symbol, and he kind of grabs it for a second and traces things in the air, and there's a slight flash of golden energy. And maybe 10, 20 seconds later, the squire comes back in the room. During that time, he's taken Leosin's note, written other things down on it, and he gives it over to the squire, and the squire leaves. And then he goes, we may have a couple of directions for you, but I want to get confirmation first. And then he looks down at the sword and he cursed as he gestures towards it. Cursed, you say?
Yeah. From what I've heard, um, the sword will talk to you telepathically, and Nekusar's claim of blood is pretty obvious when I walked up on a paladin trying to lay waste to his allies. That was like, if you think about like a dragonborn and like they're puffy and they're like, I think he was a bronze dragon. I don't know. He might have been. He might have been a red dragon. I don't know. But he had his eyes were all like sunken in, and his scales were gray, like gray. and black, and there was no life, there was no motion. Like he took attacks and just like shoved them off. Like there was the, the easiest way to think about it, there was nobody home, or the occupant that was formerly there was evicted. Like a yeah, that dragonborn did not know what he was doing.
I would say the sword is beyond cursed. I would say the sword is almost animate in itself.
Hmm. He takes the chain necklace, lifts it over his head, and doesn't touch the sword, but touches the cloth around it to reveal the blade itself, and just kind of drags his holy symbol from hilt down the jagged blade and back up. And well, let's see. He makes a motion with his hand like this, and the blade flips over to the opposite side, and he drags the amulet up and down it again. And he goes, "Ah, Hazaron, I
Oh, it
can,
has a name?
I can see why you're." And he looking at you, Nexar. Can see why your friend had such a hard time with this blade. The blade is not cursed, technically. It has a particular personality. Those of the more evil nature will find its appetites appealing and usually have no problems with it. Those of any other moral compass find it find themselves at odds with it.
Hmm.
And if you ever make a bargain with it, the, those stick.
So, Nekisar, did your friend make a bargain with the sword? Because it looks like he made a bargain with the sword.
I don't know the deal he came to, but he didn't seem to get along very well with the blade. They're always at an argument, and it just made him. I wouldn't even say made him, it forced him to kill. For quite a while, it was impressive when he was on our side, until the blade just took over, and he became a monster beyond recognition. His power was overwhelming.
I suggest that this gets put into the care of the Platinum Dragon. They can handle such objects.
I think the ironic part is the paladin might have been a part of the Platinum Dragon's order, which seems to be where I don't know. I think that when we left, he was definitely he had a Platinum Dragon amulet around his neck. So
Will these platinum dragons pay for this blade? Because I feel I could sell that for a good price.
I doubt they would pay for it, no.
think we could take it to Baldur's Gate and get someone to pay for it.
I believe you could.
But we also be willing unleashing that blade onto the world again.
Indeed, you would.
He's the man who is saying, don't do a job unpaid.
That is legit.
So which is it? Do we sell the blade and get paid, or unleash the or give it to Platinum Dragon people?
We will hold it in our possessions for now until we decide the best outcome.
I'll wrap it back up and put it back in my bag.
Just be careful with it.
You know, I'm careful. My things only explode like 20% of the time. I mean,
Oh,
I'm impressed. I didn't
it's
blow up
gone
a brand
down.
new. I'm impressed. I didn't blow up a new kid. Like I'm just saying. Like I made her a shusher cat. I made her a cat, and I made their kids things, and none of them blew up.
Hmm.
Like I
Really?
had the power.
I see. So instead of 75 gold, now you're getting 50 because you did all these extra things and didn't bill.
You know, for a cranky old man, sometimes you need to have a heart.
I have a heart
Instead,
when there's gold
instead,
and thing and round.
instead of yelling, "Get off my lawn,"
I don't own any
or this
lawn.
case, or this case, "Get off my tavern's bar."
Fair enough. About this time, the squire comes back. Um, hands hands on Thar a some sort of folded parchment and a small-ish leather satchel. He sets the satchel down, opens up the letter, and reads it, and he goes, "All right, interesting. Do you, by any chance, know of any of the insignias this cult uses?"
I think we have some.
What do you mean by insignias? Just different
Way to
trinkets?
identify them.
I'll kind of sit back, reach into my pockets. I'll pull out a coin. I'll pull out an amulet. What else did I have?
Robes,
Yeah, some robes.
a mask. I think you had a mask.
Did
No, no, not that mask. The other
Oh
mask.
yeah, a regular draconic mask.
I have been working
a-
so hard not to ruin you, and
af-
you're like mask. I'm like, no, the regular mask.
as a quick point question here for you, Nekusar, did you ever have Tal identify that coin? Because
Identify the
I
necklace.
don't recall.
No, I never.
Okay,
Nobody has seen this coin. It went straight from the first lady's pocket to my pocket. Nobody knows I have it.
okay. So this is the first time this coin is being revealed.
Yes, I guess.
Okay. So as you basically place all these things down on the table, um, Onthar kind of like pats through his beard a few times. I wish I could, but I can't. I
Oh, I
can't.
got a ring as well.
You have a brain?
Ring.
Ring. Got it. I was like, when did you steal a fucking brain? Oh,
First we have
shit.
Virgil eating people's hearts. Now we
Yeah.
have Negasar
Nekusar.
people stealing people's brains.
Yeah, I mean, delicacy, I guess. After perusing a couple of things, um, he picks up the coin and goes, "Huh, that's interesting." But sets it back down, and he goes back to his note. All right, couple of options for you. There is a group caravan, if you will, that has some of these insignias about them here in El Terrell.
How'd they get in?
El Terrell is not immune to the sins. There is always shadow where there's always light.
True.
Yes, I agree with that. The shadows. But tell us, what are your laws like in this town? If we were to start a large brawl with this draconic cult in your city, what do you believe would become of this?
Depending on who the cult has bribed, your deaths.
You don't have any reach in this city over the lawmakers?
The Order of the Gauntlet, we are not quite as influential any longer.
How
I
well,
myself am a paladin of Torm, one of the lesser known deities.
how,
Most of the Order of the Gauntlet are also some way, shape, or form believers of Torm. Not all, but if other groups, such as the Harpers, could be notified of what has transpired and about Leosin, we may be able to get a group, a solid group to help.
what
So,
about rulers of this town? How would they feel about this draconic cult raising cities?
again,
They've been bought off.
El Terrell may be the home of religion as far as how many total churches we have, but even within a place of holiness, there is always demonic presences. So I do not have a way of saying that the highest leadership, the council itself, isn't already on the books of the cults, or that they would really care and see it as a minor inconvenience that a ragtag group calling themselves a cult even is here.
Hmm.
Until there is a more, and please understand that I do not mean any disrespect to your fallen friends, but until there is more of an impact, it will take more for the holy city to go to war. It would take one of the other cities to fall.
Hmm.
What if that city was Waterdeep?
Well, hard maybe.
Hear me out for a second. How good are your guards or lawkeepers in town? Say if I was to sneak up to this caravan in the middle of the night, set it ablaze, and run away, what would you guess my chances are of being caught?
I'm not sure your abilities, so that's not a fair question. I will
I
say this: if we destroy this particular group, let's just say that there's not more.
Oh, but there is more, but Every little piece counts in the bigger picture.
But where are they?
That's what we are trying to find out with this map, this note. We
They
need
went
once
somewhere.
more.
They took
I
all of their
watched
stuff.
armies travel away from Greenest. Kobolds, humans, dragons, draconic creatures,
Target practice,
a dragon itself.
not target practice.
There are plenty more out there, and I don't even believe that is the whole cult. There has to be more.
Let's say they're trying to resurrect or bring back Tiamat. Let's call a spade a spade. Where would they go? First of all, I think that is a suicide mission to go anywhere near their stronghold. But where would they essentially? Where's the altar of Tiamat where she's been shackled away? No
Tiamat's
one
in
knows.
hell.
Yeah,
In
but how do you
fact,
get some?
you can see in one of the tallest spires one of her claw marks for when El Terrell was in Avernus.
Okay. So would they try to use? So would they try to pull El Terrell back into hell to get her out, or would they try to pull another city like Baldur's Gate?
If they're looking for masks, I doubt they need a city.
But what if what
I
if
don't know. There's too much unknown information.
yeah.
Here's what we do know. According to your map and your note, the group that left from Greenusk went west and headed up the coastal way to Baldur's Gate. There is also a group here in El Terrell. I can only assume headed to Baldur's Gate to meet up with the others and continue about its way. And he starts reading over the note again. It's in here somewhere. Where are they headed? Some sort of marshes, some place or something.
It's 5 feet or five miles outside of the city, then the city sphere of influence is over, right? Essentially, what I'm meaning is if we camped outside of the city and waited for them to leave, we could technically follow them, or we could wait for them outside of the city, wait for dusk, kill them, and steal whatever information they have.
Here it is. Neritar? I don't know what this place is.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
My suggestion is this. I have we can have a boat on the Chenthar River ready to go in the morning. If you rush, it's 2 days to Baldur's Gate, 3 if you park at night for safety. Inform the Harpers of what has happened, and maybe, since you have some attire already, you yourselves join the Colt's wagon. Find out where they are going. If all of this loot, according to this note, goes to this place. We must know where this place is.
What's the plan there? Stop it before it gets there, or just inform?
Inform. I don't think once these two caravans meet that you will be able to stop it. And even if you do, we don't know where this place is in order to be able to fend off more of them. If we can get them all in one place, and after the Harpers know, the Harpers have significantly more pool than we do.
Is that enough to get the city to go into a war?
City, no, but enough private individuals who have an interest in common peace, perhaps. Perhaps even Waterdeep's own Black Tower would get involved. As those mages are not one you want on your to be on their bad side.
I believe the paladin that was corrupted by the sword happened, and I look at Necrosar, happened to be part of the Open Lord's personal army. There
You
might
sure
be.
do know a lot of information about a guy that you said was dead when you got there.
Well, people talk at night.
Tal asks a lot of questions at night.
I do. Shut up. Don't get me docked any more pay. God damn it. Maybe there's an avenue there. You get Waterdeep on your side, and we know where they're going. Makes things a little easier.
I mean, do you have any proof? Anything to get the Lord on your side instead of just informing him of bad news?
Well, I think it's bad news because I think we just have his necklace. So I think it's just bad news. I don't know. That also could mean that we killed this paladin. So maybe I put a pin in that for that moment right now. As you know, I am not the face sometimes. I cannot lie my ass off.
Perhaps keeping that sword for then could be beneficial.
Yeah. I think these are all good avenues.
Where could we find these platinum dragons you were speaking of? They seem to be...
Order of Bahamut is a religious order dedicated to law and good.
Assholes.
At times, they can be full of themselves. Their churches are in every major city, and you will find in some smaller cities.
We have one here, right?
There is a church here in El Terrell, yes.
But it's one of the smaller branches, right? It's not like super big, or is it one of the bigger branches?
El Terrell is one of the larger ones for Bahamut.
Maybe we should speak to them.
We are the champions of the Platinum Dragon now. That should mean something, right? That's what that spirit told us. I mean, granted,
Wait,
I don't.
Champions of the Platinum Dragon?
Yeah, I told you we did this like trial of the champions. This is what it was literally called. There was a spooky ghost that stood in the middle of it, and then we killed some guardians, and then we had to fight ourselves. That was fun. And then we fought like the granddad, and we killed the granddad. Well, we didn't kill the granddad. We defeated the granddad. I threw some sparkly kittens at him. That's fun. Um, and he gave us a sword and some gold, platinum
Blair,
actually.
show him your sword. Maybe he can make something of it. He seems to have a knowledge of blades.
Tal, let me see if I can understand this. You all went into a crypty thing, you did a trial thing, you became champions, and Blair gets a weapon. Did you bill Blair for your services?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Blair. Sword? She reluctantly pulls it out. Doesn't really offer it in the way that you all did with the evil black sword, but just kind of shows it. And he looks at it and goes, I mean, I can tell that's a magical sword.
Blair, he's not going to steal it.
It doesn't look. Just looks like a magical longsword. But I'm a paladin of Torm, not of Bahamut.
Yeah, there was all these murals about Bahamut. The first one was Bahamut and his champion against the armies of Tiamat. Then there was ones that was Tiamat winning, and then the final chamber there was Bahamut's champion winning with the sword, and him standing on her throat.
It seems like perhaps that sword can be useful in the battle ahead.
I really hope they don't like bringing her back from hell is not a good thing.
I'd prefer not.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
what are
I
your
think we
thoughts, friends?
What? How long until you can get boat ready? And can you spare us any men?
I mean, it sounds like you've got at least 6 in your party. You want more? What do you... You want a bunch of drunken assholes following you around in heavy metal?
no, they're loud, they're obnoxious, and they yell. We will never have the element of surprise.
How about Squeaky the Squire?
Yeah, I'll send him on an intimidation mission. L- Fucking laugh them to death.
Or maybe they'll be very intimidated by the scrawny kid who, with a broken voice, is still talking to them to their face. That takes a certain level of self-confidence to do that. Nekasar, the boat can be ready in the morning. I will also, if you all decide to go that direction, and deliver the message to the Harper, I will pay you a little something upon the message being delivered.
How do you think the Harpers are going to take it? They kind of lent Leosin to us. Like, are they going to be
Leosin
pissed that?
Leosin came to me after the Harper sent him on his way, and I expressed my own whispers that I heard. Leosin being a friend that he is. The Order and the Harpers don't necessarily see eye to eye on everything, but overall, in the overall grand scheme of things, we both try to do more good for the world.
Yeah, I'm
So
worried
I
about that
imagine
last
that the
part.
Harpers will do what they do whenever a Harper dies. Enact revenge.
Bunch of angry, crazy monks is never anyone you want to make an enemy with.
Not just monks.
Well, yeah,
They've got people of all shapes, sizes, and professions. Unlike the Order, we typically like the slow, heavy set armor wearing. The Harpers aren't so picky in that regard. You never know. The bard that you're listening to a song from could be a Harper. That significant person you had a little romp with the night before could be one.
Nick, sir, who are you attacking?
No one.
Oh,
He just wants to
okay.
click the button.
Oh, okay. Um, okay, I guess we'll get ready. Um, can you throw in? Can you spare some healing potions?
I can
And not any.
outfit you with some provisions within reason. Yes.
Yeah, because I think this is, and I'll turn to everyone. I think we at least Nekusar. I can probably speak for myself and maybe a little bit of Nekusar. Like this is a suicide mission. Like there's probably not like we're gonna go to the depths of hell for this one. Like I don't know if we're literally having to go to hell, but like I think we all know what the cult is very capable of.
You're on a recon mission, not a save the world mission. Do not pull a Leosin.
I learned from the best.
That's true. Put on your fancy armor, just go balls deep.
Fuck it. They kill everything. It's that that's that's in the contract. Like
You know,
when in doubt, stab or shoot people. That is literally I pull out it says it right here.
I
Stab
mean,
or shoot.
technically it says stab or smash. You're the one who scratched out the smash and put shoot, so. But
Well,
whatever.
sometimes it pays to have someone that can shoot from long distances.
I mean, by the sounds of your group, Mr. Shoots Eldritch Energy, heart eating person, muscles of the group with champion sword, some strange smoke watching doctor, and a ranger who recently discovered he didn't have to beat things with a mace, a melee weapon he could actually shoot. It sounds like you guys are fairly strong enough.
I've seen worse. I mean, half the drunk assholes in here probably, wouldn't even step foot. They'd run away, never to return.
Think so, huh?
I think there's a few. I think if they had to put their money where their mouth is, I don't think they would actually go join this fight. I think they would run away. And I think you and I both know that.
And that's why I keep all the money. Until the job is done. So, he opens up the pouch and no.
I'm gonna
There
ask
we
this
go.
now since you're doing it right now. Anyways, do we out of character? Do we put this in D&D Beyond or do we put this in Foundry for money?
I would suggest D&D Beyond
Okay, that's what I thought.
and just import into Foundry. Only because whatever we level up, when you
You have
import,
to.
it'll overwrite your money.
Okay,
Um, so I would do that. Or if you're one who's going to be cool enough or remember to, make sure things like your money are gonna. Yeah, exactly. That's just never gonna
fuck no.
you know. Yeah. So I would just do that. All right. So he hands each of you 15 platinum pieces.
Okay, okay.
Um, Tal, he hands you an extra 5 for your 50 gold. After your
I'm gonna murder him at some point. He's slow as fuck. I'm just gonna stay at range and just like slowly whittle his ass down.
he is slow. So we need to make sure everybody gets buck 50 or 15 platinums. And yeah, you all are welcome. Stay the night here. If you have any provision requests other than the magical fucking weird red liquid that somehow heals you. I don't even know how that shit works, but it does. It tastes terrible, but whatever. Other than some potions, if there's anything else, let me know.
Would you have any magical items or anything that you think might help us on this adventure? You would be more knowledgeable of which wares you have.
The best thing that I can say is I will in the morning I'll give you an envelope. That envelope is to not be opened and to be delivered to a contact that I will tell you in the morning. So as we keep things as quiet as possible. A contact in Baldur's Gate, member of the Harpers. They will be able to help direct you more as to any kind of magical items. The only magical item I own is money, which has been paid. And as long as the task tomorrow, well, the task that starts tomorrow, is completed, you will find reimbursement at the end of that leg of the journey. You will also be given a paper bird. A one time use, write a note which will come back to me when you find this place. Send that information to me. Do not go in there alone without backup. Unless at that point you've all become gods or something and can just smite things by blinking, in which case, please do so. I would love to just be able to stay here and continue drinking and be like, yep, I sent those guys there. Take all the credit. I would love to be able to do that.
Sorry, who are you again? New phone, who dis?
You know, Tal, your payment keeps getting smaller and smaller.
We already paid me, sir.
Oh
So,
yeah, for that job, but you're currently accepting another job, and that payment just keeps getting shorter and shorter.
you know, sometimes it pays to know where the bodies are buried.
Sometimes it pays to burn the bodies.
It's a very love-hate relationship.
Indeed, it is. So I think we will go on a potty break because I got to tinkle. And this will give you two some time to think about some basic things that you would like to have. Um, the only thing I could think of Virgil asking for is more bolts for his crossbows.
I'm gonna give Virgil all of the bolts because I'm gonna actually lose some. I'm pretty heavy on stuff, so I'm actually gonna be dropping some stuff off, leaving some stuff at here because I don't need
Okay.
it anymore.
Some sunscreen for Virgil.
If
More
only there
bandages.
was something.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do. Where's my mouse? There it is. We will be right back. Welcome back!
Woo!
Nekusar, you could have kept eating. All like super close to the camera, like.
I'm afraid of that crunch noise.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. All right, so we've got rations, 100 feet of rope, potions of healing, um, and as far as what the other players may or may not want, we will just retcon it. I'll make a announcement in the chat for it for gear non-magical. That the order will provide.
Okay.
Like some plate armor?
Hey, you want some?
Can I? No. No, I don't meet the requirement, do I? Or does my armor like allow that? Guess that's.
You're
I,
an armorer, correct?
yes.
Yeah. So you get heavy armor as a proficiency already, and when you turn your heavy armor into power armor, especially infiltrator power armor, the weight basically becomes nothing.
So I'll ask for plate.
Okay. So you are asking for plate in addition to rations, 100 feet of rope.
Yeah.
Um, we will see what everybody else asks what they can do. As soon as you ask for plate,
Here it comes.
mm-hmm, here it doth. Onthar kind of looks at you and goes, "Don't you already have your fancy power suit thing? You now you need some real armor? Is that what you're saying? That your fancy contraption's not good enough?"
I can modify the plate to make it more effective to my uses.
Hmm. I'll tell you what, Tal. You meet me in the sand pit and beat me, and I'll give you your plate.
Hand to hand, or can I use my tricks?
Oh no. Armor and tricks versus armor and tricks.
You got yourself a deal.
Without any interference from allies of either side. 1-on-1.
I've been itching to make to punch something.
And I'm all out of wine.
Let's do this.
Alright. I gotta get me a battle map. Sand pit. What we got here for quote unquote dope ass pit of sand. What's this map look like? Nope, I don't like that one. What's this map look like? Nope. Nope. Where is a map that's like not going to ruin anything? Random battle map. Random battle tavern. Hell yes, that's us right there. Yeah, that'll work. Random battle tavern it is. That's fucking cool. There's just a random battle tavern
I like Battle Tavern.
map.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay, so we're gonna obviously not to scale here. So let me draw some things. This is going to be our sand pit down yonder. We'll get Blair, Guardian Tau, Nekusar, and Virgil. I guess technically Chanticleer's out. We need LMNOPQRS. Why is it not in alphabetical order? Why is he not in here? It's because he's a named NPC? That's exactly it. Boom! Unthar Froom! Versus Tau. Let's see, we need to fix this. Get rid of this. There we go, just Tau. And since we have a little bit of a battle happening, I need to move you people on the old streamy stream here so that we can, oops, there, and there. We can get a kind of a battle mappy going on. There we go. We're just gonna do this right. Yep, all dirty and live. Boom. Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down. And then we need Tau. There. Nope, not there. So we need there and there. Nope. Damn. Yes. And there. We're going to, oh, come on. Unlock. And unlock. So it should be there. works. Shrinky, shrinky. There we go. That's beautiful. And we need a Linda capture. New source. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Transform. Fit to screen. Cut it down. Cut it down. And nope. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. And cut it down and shrinky shrink. Cut it down. Oh no, I want to cut this down. There we go. And then growy grow. And over here we will adjust. There we go. Beautiful. Map change on the fly. Love it. Okay. So as soon as you all leave the back room, giving Onthar a few minutes to put his gear back on, coming out, the rest of the people hearing that Onthar and Tal are finally gonna duke it out, as how much shit these two have talked to each other, behind their backs, to their backs, in front of their faces. These people were basically just ready for this to happen, and it's finally happening. So, like, the people that were already in there, they got the fuck out. Some people came through with rakes, cleaned the sand up. Free round of drinks has happened. They are the pit is just surrounded by people, ready to have some fucking fun. See? Surrounded by people.
Oh my god, the cult's here!
Boom! Alright. Onthar and Tau. Enter battle mode. Roll initiative! Ah! Oh! From a 17, boop, to a 3. Ouchies! Is Onthar rolls a 16. Onthar's gonna go first. You can see that whereas most others, as far as what you can see, are sword shield types, not Onthar. Onthar takes off from behind his back this giant, massive maul. The head of which is bigger than his own head, and seems to be able to wield it with some dexterity, even just one-handed. And he looks over at you, Tal, and goes, "Let's see if I can't break your fancy armor." He comes just right at you. Boom, boom, boom. Right up in your face. Give the old target. And he's gonna, boom, roll a natural 1. as he as he charges towards you and gets ready to take a swing, you guys just watch. He goes, "Oh!" And as he has this huge hiccup, the swing goes up and over Tal's head before the ball smashes into the sand, and he kind of just looks at the ball and looks at you and goes, "Well, you're really quick."
in Celestial. Not this time, old man.
It's your turn. You're up, Skis Tal.
Well, no time like the present. Let's get this party started. Tao's just gonna look down and just like clap his hands, and I'm gonna cast Thunderwave.
Okay, go for it.
I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
You select him as a target, cast
Yes,
your
that's it.
spell,
Will it
and
work? Oh,
Foundry will
that's
will do everything else.
ugh. Ha!
Yeah, Othar fails the Con 17 save with a 15 and takes a whopping 5 points of thunderous damage. What else happens
And,
during that thunder wave?
and he's pushed back 10 feet.
Oh! Boom! Fuck.
Tao will just look at him. Come at me, old man.
Anything else on your turn there, Tal?
Uh, let's see.
It's your action. You
Cool.
got any movement
But,
or
but I casted a spell, so I can't use another spell in a bonus action, right? Only a cantrip?
if the spell is a cantrip? Yes.
Okay, then no, I do not have anything else.
All right. Does it also knock him prone, or is he just pushed?
1 second, let me look again. Oh, prepared.
Click on the words in order to get the information.
Yeah, now it hit all my spells. Here, I can just look it up on D&D Beyond just real quick. Because my spells just...
Make sure underneath your spell book that you do not have a specific action underlined.
I
Like
do, it has...
if you have
I
bonus
see.
action underlined, it hides everything other than bonus action spells.
I was clicking everything, so everything was underlined.
Yeah, uncheck everything, and
did.
then it'll show everything that you have again.
It's pushed 10 feet from you. In addition, any unsecured objects are immediately pushed 10 feet. So does that also mean that I push the sand?
I mean, some of the sand, yes, arcs up out of the pit, but not all of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
However, after you push Onthar back, Onthar looks at you and goes, all right, we're doing the shinies, huh? And he grasps his holy symbol while reaching out to you with his right hand and says, Tom, guide your strength to this foe. And he casts Guiding Bolt, which marks
damn.
you with a giant fist right on your chest. You take 17 points of radiant damage because the 19 hit. The one thing I love about Foundry, the hit points are already reduced.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was cool.
He is going to walk over here to pick up his maul that also blasted back 10 feet because it have a really good grip. And then he's coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's coming back into melee range, maul up like this, ready to come down at you. That's his turn. It's your turn, Tal.
Hmm. You know what? Tal's gonna move back. Tal's gonna try to move. God, Tal's gonna move.
Onthar, seeing an opening in your defense, is going to take the chance to smack down with the maul. Due to you being stricken by that guided bolt, he has advantage on this attack.
I know. Don't worry. And I'm gonna burn Lucky.
Okay. What's Lucky do?
Forces him to wait. Do I reroll or does he reroll? I can change. When you make an attack, ability check, saving throw, or an attack is rolled against you, you can spend 1 lucky point to roll an additional d20 and choose the die. So I will roll a d20.
Okay.
Oops. And I will give it to Onthar. So it's 8 plus whatever his stuff is. I can't see the.
Does a 15 hit you?
Nope. I have my HP back. Yeah, okay.
I accidentally did it to him. I'll take the take the 5 points back off that you did to him. As you see this maul coming down, coming at you, and the sigil burned into the front of your armor flash with a guiding light, kind of this beam of light. A small hand reaches out towards the maul to grab onto it and starts pulling it towards your chest. And right at that last minute, it's almost like your speed doubled, as what he smashes into is a secondary version of you that was there just a half a second ago. Almost an illusion of speed created a second version of you that he smashed as you woof out of the way without issue. Continue your turn, young one.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Is this part of the sandpit here? I didn't know, like.
Everything in the blue
Okay.
is sand.
If I bridge that line, it's cool.
If you're on the line, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the line.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot him in the face.
Okay. Okay.
That's a 17 to hit. And
17
I'm going
is a
to.
miss. 17 just misses.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have said it missed, because I was going to use the second point of lucky.
Well, unfortunately, with the way that Foundry works, if you had hit, it would have auto done the damage. So, in the future, just go, if this misses, I'm going to burn lucky.
Okay, so can I burn lucky and retcon this
Yeah,
one?
I don't care. Go for it.
Okay. All right, I'll take lucky down to 1.
Just attack again.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to take the natural 1 because lucky allows me to pick between the two. So guess it's gonna be
So that's
the SAT.
17 that misses.
God damn it.
Shucks. All right. Anything else there, Tal?
Um, yeah, because I can, and it's a bonus action. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Oh. What, what does the sanctuary do again?
So ward myself against an attack until the spell ends. The creature is attacking with an attack or harmful spell must make a Wisdom saving throw first.
A wisdom saving throw first. Okay. Excuse me.
So that is my turn. So I hold out my holy symbol, and you see shimmer glow around me in the form of like spectral cats.
Fucking cats. Targets you with an attack or a harmful spell. Okay.
Excuse
Okay. As you create the shimmering, dancing cat energy around you, you watch as Onthar takes them all, sets it mace first into the sand, and just kind of holds on to the hilt and goes, I really hate your cats.
I know you do. It's kind of the point.
Um, yeah. He's going to reach out his hand and go, no. He makes a grabbing motion, a twisting and a pulling, and your shimmer around you vanishes as he casted Dispel Magic.
Okay, for his turn.
That's his action. Now he's just standing there. Now it's his turn. Your turn again. Nekasar, what are you doing? What are you thinking of this battle going on here?
It's the
What do you
world's slowest
think
battle.
Tal's
Well,
odds are? Are you making
I'm.
any bets?
I was thinking I should have made bets before it started, but betting in the middle of a fight isn't really that great. One thing I was thinking of though, can I use message and try to message Tal quick?
You can certainly try. Are you trying to be sneaky about it or very obvious?
Well, what kind of components does that one take even?
A copper wire wrapped around your hand that you whisper into.
Yeah, verbal, somatic, and material.
Yep.
So it's not going to be so sneaky. No, I'll
Uh-uh.
let that one.
It'll be fine. Nothing could go bad.
No, I don't want to be seen as a cheater.
What do you got, Tal? You got to be angry after Onthar just killed your cats.
Yeah.
You're starting to remember that as even though he drinks, He's a paladin of Torm for a reason. He starts going,
Y-
"Come on, Tal, you barely gave me a scratch. Hell, your clap was more harmful to me than anything else. Your little
And I just shoot him in the
sparking."
face.
Okay. Hmm. Another 4 points. Let me
So it should
subtract
be.
that.
I don't know if it auto subtracted it.
It did not the 4. That's fine. I could do it. I just was making sure the math. As he's mid sentence mocking you, he goes, "Oh, I think I almost felt that. Is that all you and your power armor can do? Maybe you need you some real armor." He starts ting ting.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Anything else, Tal?
I'll taunt him in Draconic this time. That's it.
Seems like you've been hanging around the cult too long. Maybe you need to be taught a lesson, son. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Instead of having Foundry auto roll this, I'm going to have you roll. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
It's be the first time I actually like roll worth a damn on charisma. Where is saving throws?
So you click on the ability, and then it'll pop up.
Oh. $18. Fucking natural. -1.
Um, Before revealing any results, do you want to add anything, use anything?
No.
Okay. You you feel as he's dragging the maul behind him, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. You feel a very brief cold sensation, and then nothing. You don't. You're not sure what has happened, but you're still here, and he's still in front of you. Your turn.
Uh,
Hmm. You know what? Fuck it. Um, I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna reach into my bag and I'm gonna put one of the cats on the ground, and it's gonna start looking like it's gonna hurl. and it's gonna cast Tasha's consistent brew at him.
Okay. Go ahead and select your target and make your roll.
How do I get it to go up, not down? Like it's going this way instead of. Wow. I
It
don't know why
did
that.
just the guard. Hang on, let me see where you. So you have to place it like this and then turn it,
Oh,
which is hold shift and use the mouse wheel.
okay. Do you want me to recast it?
Yeah, just do that probably. Well, I'll just make what is it, Dex saving throw? I'll just do a quick Dex save. That might just be easier. Dex saving throw, public roll. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Roll for it. Yeah, look at that. He's gonna miss. So it was 3 points of acid damage. And that's continual, if I recall.
He takes 2d4 every turn at the start of his turn.
Okay.
So
Which is
you want me to roll that?
currently -3.
You want me to roll that now?
If there's nothing else that you want to do,
Yeah. There's
okay, then yep, go ahead and roll it now. Another
so 5 points.
5. He kind of looks at this tiny cat thing and all this acidic cat vomit on him, and he goes, I think this is hurting my armor more than me. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
Oh, I'm sorry, charisma. I apologize. I did say that wrong.
I was like,
Charisma
I will
saving
happily roll a wisdom saving throw. God, these negative ones are biting me in the ass. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. No, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna burn the last point at lucky.
Okay. As he starts wiping off the goo, he goes, maybe some time away will help you think. And he reaches his hand at you again, touching you on your shoulder. That same weird cold sensation you felt just a second or two ago, except this time takes hold. Nekusar, you watch as Onthar touches Tal, and you, to you, there's like there's strange like tearing sensation in the fabric of space-time, and then Tal is gone.
He's still taking damage, by the way. Wiping it off doesn't fix it.
You have to take an action to wipe it off. It's over.
If he took an action to wipe it off, he can't cast banishment.
No, not this turn. Okay. So you'll get to roll. Excuse me, one more set of your damage. So he'll take another 5 points of the acid damage. -5. And then he'll spend his turn just taking some of the sand and splashing it up on the caustic areas and just start walking away. And just be like, anybody got a drink? We got, looking at my sundial here, I don't know, 50-ish seconds until Junior comes back.
That was an impressive trick. I would appreciate if you could show me that.
Ah, listen, Nekasar, you just join the Order of the Gauntlets, become a true believer in the God Torm, and I could definitely teach you this trick. And all these others that I've used.
I don't think I would be allowed to praise your god.
Nonsense. Torm's pretty laid back and chill. You could have sacrificed a virgin to an orange goat. As long as you're true and your wantingness to be better and true in casting off your previous sins, dude welcomes all. Just make sure that you bill people for your time. Speaking of time, we got probably about 20 seconds until Chow gets back. Anybody want to like throw some eggs or something at him when he gets back? That could be funny. He's going to appear right about there again. So, let's see. We got about 10 more seconds. Oh, you know what's always a good one? I should just walk forward a few more feet and summon tiny torms swirling around me in a 10-foot sphere. And when he gets back, he'll just be eaten by torms. I mean, it sounds great. Nah, it's kind of might be a little bit overpowered there. I was really hoping this kid would have more gumption to him. And then, Tao, you are back in the material plane. You were off in a place that was, first of all, cold. Not like surrounded by snow cold, but just bone-piercing cold. It was dark, except for small, distant, tiny beads of light. And as you were just kind of floating around in nothingness, unable to truly see anything just because of the sheer pitch blackness that is this place, some giant landmass came within inches of your face, just rolling by before you found yourself back here. Oh, look who decided to join us, fellas. You, ready for round 2 there, kid? Damn! Pew, pew, pew! I think I pissed him off, guys! Oh, come on, Tal. Where's your sense of humor, your sense of fun? Did I piss you off? Did I make you angry, Tal? One, two, three. Gonna come closer for sure. Lock you onto the target. Smacketh down with the maul. Yes. Oh, you're still a little fuzzy from coming back from that plane. You're up skis, Tal. Do you have...
Nope.
No, you should have rolled with disadvantage then.
It doesn't let me in a macro format.
You hold control.
Didn't. Oh. Okay. So, okay.
So 13 points go back to him.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it doesn't
Yeah, that's
automatically
fine.
do the 12. Or the 2, excuse me. Onthar smacks down with the maul again. Oh, look at it! It's right on the edge. Did you see that? Like right on the fucking edge. Is it a
We can't
7?
see your
You
the
didn't
dice.
see the dice roll?
At
Oh,
least I
that makes me so sad.
at least I didn't. I only see my dice.
That makes me sad that you don't see the physical dice roll. It was right on the edge. It was like the edge between 7 and 1 was what was standing up.
And I'm gonna
Ooh, this disadvantage is killing you.
no, I'm gonna no, that's fine. I'll just no, it's fine. I'll let it go through.
Maul! These low fucking roll. Well, you got like tal.exe loaded or some shit there, bruh?
Yep. Oh. I hit control. It just didn't do it.
You did it after you did it.
No, I had control holded. Oh, I don't know. Let's roll it again.
The 22 would hit for 14. I'll just take away 1 more point of damage there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. God, that was a low fucking roll for a crit.
He kind of looks at you and goes, wow, Tal, when you get pissed off, you get really into this. You actually remind me of why we invited you into the group. I think it's time I stopped playing, though, don't you? Kind of just...
Yeah.
It's okay. Because he has multi-attack. He's rolling again. Jesus, a 1 and a 9?
It's a 1 and a 2 right there.
You just see Tal just start batting, not even like giving a shit, just batting them all down.
It's your turn. All the last like 5 rolls have been garbage. 19 hits, yeah. For 5 more points. Nice. -5. No, he doesn't want to sully this. Boom.
Ooh.
And his second attack. Misses. As the 2 combatants are looking pretty bad. Tal's armor's got like sparks flying out of different locations. Some of the tubes have been dislocated off. There's weird ichor leaking out of it. Yeah, that 14 still hits. Boom, boom, boom. Whereas Onthar is bleeding out of his mouth. His armor's all like has these black scorch marks. Every now and then he jerks a little bit, even though he's not being attacked. Just muscle spasms are happening. He's just like, ugh. Ugh. Oh, I gotta take the extra point of damage off. -1 more point. There we go. Onthar, are you really gonna lose here, bud? That misses. And that misses. 2 5s back to back. I can't make this shit up. Come on,
Why can't you roll like
tal.exe.
this in a real combat?
The 13 misses. Whew! Othar gets to make another swing of 3. Obviously, it's gonna miss. Oh, but that's gonna hit, and that's gonna do it. Unless Tal's gonna do something. Tal's gonna burn luck. All
Last
right,
luck.
Tal's burning luck. Um,
You still may take me back to 5. I
it
know what I
is
was at.
16.
Misses.
Okay. Oh, did you do it? No. Okay. Hang on. I can do it.
Whoa.
No, you're good.
Okay.
As it misses, Tal, you're up skis.
God damn it.
Oh no! There's no more luck. Oh, I must have a target before continuing to attack.
And
Boom! As the last hit of the maul smacks into the chest of Tao, the power armor, one of the power sources, you guys just watch as it smoke starts coming out. Tao, with kind of a look of fuck you, starts falling backwards. Onthar grabs Tao by the hand before he can fall to the ground. And Althar will say, "You lie." Oh, that's dumb. There. There. Close. Target. And target. And as he grabs Tal's hand, he pulls Tal back up onto his feet. As Tal, you feel a surge of warm, radiant energy flash into your body. And you open your eyes with a and you see Onthar standing. He's not very tall. You guys are probably about the same height, but just out of pure exhaustion, he's just a little bit taller than you at this point. He's blood trickling out of the corner of one eye, jaw all bruised up. He still has this cheeky grin, and as he pulls you up by your arm, making sure that you don't fall, he grabbed you before you did. He goes, "Well fought, Tal. Well fought indeed.
Oh,
You almost had it."
God. It's been a while since I've gotten into that mode. Holy crap. That was fun. We should do this more often.
You've entertained me, Tal. I will give you your plate armor. After all, I
Ah.
did break your... whatever it is you call this now. You're leaking something over there. Not
Oh,
important.
I'll just shed it.
When you shed it, like, deactivate the magic, it just falls
Yeah,
all
you just-
into miscellaneous pieces.
Just like,
the clean slate, sir.
yeah, clean straight protocol.
That's right.
Oh, Like, how close were you to losing this? I just kind of have to know.
Well,
Like, was I getting close? You can lie. I mean, if you want to tell me
that's.
in private.
I mean, that depends on what you call close. If what you call close being I didn't go full force on you for most of the fights, then sure.
You started to. After I hit you a couple times,
You got
you,
to a certain point, but I still didn't bring out any of the bigger spells. Because that's just cheating. I brought out some fun ones, but not anything you shouldn't be able to handle anyway.
yeah, the dispelling my cats. That was a good one. I like that one.
I hate your cats. They're so annoying.
Well, they seem to prove a good point. Like that brew spell that I've been working on, it doesn't do a lot on the front, but it keeps going. You know,
Yeah,
if the
the cat
enemy's
vomit.
not. Ooh, I like that. Should we just rename the spell to Cat Vomit
It probably should just be called cat vomit.
or Cat Hairball?
It wasn't hair.
Hmm. True. Oh, okay. Friend, let's get a drink.
Drinks, food, rest, and on the morrow, on a boat headed west, with an envelope and a quest.
Oh, look at you, rhyming.
It was time.
Oh man, I think we should stop. I think we should stop. We might.
Oh,
Torm might have a problem with this at some point. He might just be like, he's super chill, but there's a point when you just kind of take it over
mm,
and over and over. He
maybe,
might have a limit.
maybe. He picks up the maul, and when he sets it on his shoulders, he's walking away. He just looks over and goes, "Oh yeah," and he just watches the maul engulfs in flame. I could have done that too. And just starts walking into the tavern.
It is very interesting how you two communicate.
Fists are the best form of communication.
It is honest.
It is like a seductive dance.
Come,
It was an
drink,
impressive
food.
show. I just have one question about your rules. What would happen if one of you were to leave the circle?
Well, that would have obviously been the forfeit.
What if you left the circle involuntarily?
Hmm. That's the that's the hiccup of it. If you're pushed out of the circle, well, that is a failing in strength of yourself. Banishment's kind of a cheat mode. It wasn't so much to get him out of the circle as to bring his ego down a bit.
I was just more wondering for Tal's case. At the very start of the match, he pushed you across the ring. Yet, in the middle of the fight, when you were standing right next to the edge, he never just pushed you out.
Perhaps he didn't think of it. Or perhaps he didn't want such a cheap win to stain his honor.
You
There's
are about truth, aren't you?
In much the same way I did not use all the tricks at my disposal, as that would be an unfair advantage. I used only what someone of his level of dedication currently could handle. Outside of the banishment, that was entertainment.
I wondered if that's what you were going for every time you were asking for a Christmas save. I'm like, is he trying to banish me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking -1. Because I would have
Yep.
succeeded if I didn't
Yeah,
have the
otherwise.
-1, right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. And you didn't use your add a d12 to any roll.
Oh fuck, I forgot about it. And I didn't use
Ah,
DM inspiration, which I have, by the way.
I,
I have a bank DM inspiration that I forgot about. And
I
I yeah,
kept saying, "Do you want to add anything to this roll before knowing the result?" You're like,
it
"Nah."
it it didn't click. It didn't click. And I have a sticky note right here on my monitor that says that I have a but it wasn't processing. Like that D12 wasn't processing like for like that. Yeah, whatever.
As you guys head back into the tavern, some of the other members of the order kind of clap you on the back, tell you what a good show. And some of them were like, if he didn't fucking banish, I think you had this. Like, that was just such a cheat ass move. Like, most of them are on your side because they've all been there, but none of them pushed him to the point of swinging his maul twice. It's always just been one lazy swing. You force him to get serious and um but I mean, the evening, if there's anything specific the two of you would like to do. Otherwise we can select the long rest button and move about to the morrow.
I'm going to spend most of the night rebuilding the armor. But I'll still get sleep. I mean, it doesn't take me too long to reconfigure the power armor.
How much time do we have until the boat leaves? Like, would I have time to go do stuff in town before having to rest?
So it's before going to rest, yes. I would say yes. Even though you only need to meditate for 4 hours, for you, it's or no, you're
He
not a fucking
no,
elf. You
no,
still need
he's
8.
not.
Gosh damn it! Why do I
Yep.
keep thinking you are a fucking elf? I don't know. Beforehand, yes, but you get the inclination that the when the in the morning the boat's ready. That's your mission. Get the fuck out. Like, here's your. It's kind of the air is, we celebrating today. We had this good fight. We have food, drink, plenty. Come morning, it's back to business. As kind of the general atmosphere. You might be able to do some small things before getting on the boat. There wasn't a specific time other than the boat's ready in the morning, and we'll talk about it then, kind of a thing. It's up to you. What do you if you want to push it or what do you want to do?
My idea was before I go to rest, I don't know what time of the day it is, if I had time to go find this temple of Bahamut and explain to them about Arbor, a paladin of theirs who was slain by this dragon cult that is now hiding out in this city, a caravan of them.
Okay. And what about
See
him?
what kind of reaction they have, if there's any way they want to help or assist in this quest. I want to tell them about how they're trying to raise chromatic dragons and possibly Tiamat, which I know is their enemies, and kind of just explain a few things and see if I get a rise out of them.
Okay. Um, Give me a persuasion check. With advantage. I think you know enough about Arbor and can talk to some things. You don't have the sword that's in Tal's bag of holding unless you're getting it from Tal before you leave.
No, I wasn't planning to take the sword.
Okay. Yeah, just give me a persuasion check with advantage.
22.
Wow.
Okay. Um, just so I don't get DM information in my head versus NPC information, what what are you going to tell the church again? Like, what exactly are you saying? What are you mentioning? How far in depth are you going with your story?
Um, so the whole story is going to be fairly like all the evil they have done, everything that I've seen or can prove that they have ties to the chromatics. These are the things I'm going to tell them about the caravan here. I'm going to tell them how they slayed one of their paladins who was sent on a mission. Um, how they're destroying Greenest and other towns. They're looking for certain artifacts.
Okay, are you telling them what artifacts that they're looking for?
Um, I'll kind of act dumb on that one, but I'll tell them that they destroyed Greenest looking for a green mask.
Okay, and when you're talking about Arbor's death, who are you putting the blame on?
Um,
Because how you're explaining it, you're saying the dragon cult killed Arbor,
yes,
but that's not what happened. So I would need a deception check from you on that.
I will do a deception check. My story is going to be. I'll just drop one of the big draconic generals' names that we were fighting.
Okay.
One of the name people, and
Yeah. So give me just a straight roll for that one for your putting 100% blame of the death.
19.
God, you're such a broken character.
I'm charming.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Persuasive.
Yeah. They so the reaction that you get is at first kind of disbelief, um and then shock, and then like really into your what you're saying, your story. Um Typing is loud.
Oh, I'm
Ooh, a
sorry.
loud typer. Um the apostle that you were talking to has you stay there, goes back, gets somebody else in clothy stuff. The apostle starts retelling your story, kind of looking to you for clue or cues as well as affirmation of what they're saying. You kind of jump in on parts that they either misunderstood or didn't relay quite how you wanted them to. Um, Overall, the the apostles very into what you're saying. The one who the high priest of the current church the apostle got is, well, your story is certainly fancy, but I'm not sure. Sounds like most of that is true, with some not complete truths, which is fine. Everybody has secrets. Tell me, how did Arbor die exactly?
There was a large draconic general, black and blue of sorts, and Arbor was slain by his sword.
Interesting. And you believe this cult to be here at El Terrell?
Yes, I've been given news that there is a group of group of them in a small convoy traveling through town on their way to Baldur's Gate where they'll be meeting more. There is a party of us who will be taking a boat to Baldur's Gate in the morning to try to beat them to the next stop.
This black and blue dragon kin that killed Arba. Did you kill it?
Yes, we did.
Black and blue. Sounds as though the chromatics are up to no good again. Hmm. The metallics will not like that. Have you any proof of Arbor's demise? Some trinkets? Anything that we could augur against to confirm his death?
I wish I did, but at some point my party was robbed and the person who had his belongings had taken off with some of ours.
Hmm. I shall notify the Arbiter of what you have told me. Should you be able to find the friend who took belongings of Arbor and should be able to bring back any trinkets or proof of Arbor's death, I would be very interested in such things. An augur against that could tell much.
When I get back, I will speak to my party if they have anything that he maybe once held, and we will try to stop by the temple in Baldur's Gate and explain what has happened to them as well, so they are aware of the danger at hand and how this group of cultists is ready to rain destruction upon our world.
I will inform the High Priest in Baldur's Gate of what has transpired. That is part of letting the High Arbiter know. Hopefully, you can find some something to help uncover some of the mystery.
Well, I thank you, and I hope one day we can work together to stop this menace to our society. I just ask, is there anything your church can do to assist us on this journey we've had?
There is plenty the church could do, but that would require the Arbiter's direction to do so. And you being able to find the friend who stole the things of Arbor would more more lean towards helping than not. For now, we will watch as they enter our cities, send out our own infiltrators to gather what information that we can. I apologize. What was your name again?
My name? I no longer go by that. You can just call me Nekusal. It is what people refer to me as.
Nekusar, then. It is interesting to see someone basked in shadow such as yourself have a hint of our deity's light within you. Perhaps there
I
is a chance of redemption for you.
I became fond of your paladin and his lust. I shouldn't say lust, his spirit, his pride, his glory to destroy the chromatic dragons was something that we had a similarity of. So I was just hoping that somewhere in your church we could find more like him to help us in the future.
Perhaps. Perhaps the paladins of Bahamut will march again. But without a clear direction, we will not march aimlessly. I can assure you of that. But the light I refer to seems to be a recent seed. Something Bahamut himself placed within you, so I'm very interested in you. It's not very often you see someone with the scale of the platinum dragon embedded within them.
Well,
It is late. Go. If you do find something to help that we can augur against, return.
certainly. And I don't know when the caravan will be leaving your city, but with your temple's power, I'm sure you can locate them and see for yourself. I heard they are showing similar markings on their caravan as what are on some of these trinkets. And these trinkets clearly have chromatic dragons on them. I bid you a good day, and thank you for your time.
Good evening. The acolyte kind of walks you out. Very excited about your story. Obviously young, new to the clergy, potentially a new adventurer in the making now. The rest of the evening is yours, Nekasar. Anything else you'd like to do?
Is that old guy still up? Or the guy Tal fought?
Oh, you're gonna go back to the tavern?
Yeah, I'll be heading back
Oh yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Getting rest.
Onthar's still up.
Okay.
Drunk.
Oh yeah, definitely drunk. Uh, Virgil requested a fresh heart of something, ate it, drank, passed out. Blair had food, drank, passed out. Tal passed the fuck out after that fight and a couple of drinks and some food. It's actually quiet when you get back in Nekasar. Probably Onthar, one of the bartenders, and a couple of people sitting at chairs, falling asleep onto the tables. As Onthar sitting at the bar, just kind of looking into a tankard of some sort of alcoholic drink, you dare say to guess.
Well, I'm gonna sit beside him, and you said you would give us a request of items you might have that I could use on my travels. I have to say, I have put on quite a few kilometers, and wondering if you had a cobbler who worked nights who could mend my shoes or get me a fresh new pair would be fantastic. I would really love some shiny new shoes.
He kind of looks down at your shoes and goes, um, "Ew." Put them on. Hang on. Drink, 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 drink. Right, that's better. Put them on the bar stool. Ew. Counter, I mean. Put them on the counter. Put your boots. The counter. Do you put your boots on the counter?
Yeah, I'll put my boots on the counter.
He takes the boots over in front of him and he goes, "Watch this." He puts one hand to the right and one hand to the left of them, and he goes, "Ew." He just kind of looks around, but you can see that the wear and tear of your boots slowly receding as he casts happens to know, the mending cantrip. And after about a minute, your boots are brand new, never before been used. The funky smell is gone. Boots. He goes, "There you go. New boots." Cool.
You do have some impressive tricks, do you?
That's
I
how I keep
do
my
look
armor
forward.
tip top.
I do look forward to seeing you again and maybe getting to learn a few of the tricks you have.
He kind of gives
Some
you
of
like
your
this.
spells and ability impress me.
He kind of gives you like this beady-eyed look, and he goes, "You find that fucking place, and you'll see more. I'll bring the hammer down to the whole fucking area. Killed my friend Leosin. People will pay. A lot of people will pay."
He was a good man. I watched him do something very impressive. The first time that giant dragon threw a spear at this man. This small man grabbed the spear out of the air, and in a second, not even a
Did he
blink of an
chuck?
eye,
Did he chuck it back? Did he chuck it back?
drove it straight into
Oh,
him.
li- listen, I made the mistake of throwing my maul at him once. Never, never again. That maul hurts. He goes, "Look, look," and like reaches out. Fake, fake tooth. My maul hit me in the face. Fake tooth. And you're like, "What's that?" And you see this? You see how this is gone? It's because I burnt it. The fucking maul smashed me in the face and burnt the top of my. And just goes on and on about this fight with Leosin and him making the mistake and chucking his maul, and Leosin doing that exact same thing where he kind of tinks it up, smashes around, and spin kicks it back at him, and it smashes him right in the face. Hair catches on fire. Lost a tooth. You can see where his nose has been broken a couple places, and fairly believable story.
Leosin's the only one that's beat him in a fight.
Currently.
Well, it was nice to meet you, but I feel I should get some rest before the very long journey ahead.
Yeah. Boat leaves pretty early in the morning, so catch your Z's while you can. If you got any other requests, now's the time, because I gotta go wake up those fucking knuckleheads to get armor from Tal so he doesn't whine like a little bitch in the morning if it's not here.
I really currently can't think of anything else unless you had any magical items, which you've already said you don't. So
Afraid
just
the
some
only items
potions.
of magic I have are abilities to do. Even the maul itself isn't magical, it's an effect I can put on it.
Yes. If you have some potions, some rations, some basic necessities and wares, could be very beneficial to us.
I'll put a care package together, don't you worry.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night. Alright, Nekasar, you can hit the long rest button. Boop, 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 boop. Within Foundry. Long rest within Foundry. Rest is had. Morning breaking of the fast. First of all, delicious. Uh, bacons, pancakes, waffles, different fruit pies, of course, ale, water, different kinds of juices, thick slices of breads with slabs of butter on them. Strangely enough, a kind of smashed fruit spread is available to have with your bread. And a care package is provided. Whoever wants to take care of the care package, um, you have 100 feet of silk rope, not the hemp rope.
Okay.
You have a set of plate armor for Tau. In a crate, there are um, 16 vials in this crate. 8 of them look like regular healing potions,
Okay.
and 8 of them look similar to healing potions, but they're a larger quantity.
Raiders. Oh. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just hold on. I'll put the crate in. Is it in a crate or is it in like
The
a
crate's
carrying?
not going to fit in your bag. It's too wide for the opening
Yeah. Okay, so I'll have to
of your
take them
bag.
out.
Yeah, yeah. So there's 8 regular healing potions, and there are 4 greater healing potions and 2 superior healing potions.
Oh. One
Okay, so
thing. Last night, uh, could we have sent Blair to go relay the message out to Dr. K and Vale that we're leaving?
You can. That definitely could happen. Blair, I need you to make a survival check to see if you can figure out where the 2 gentlemen went.
Good job,
Um,
Nick. So now we just killed 3 of our party members.
let's see.
No,
You
she's
do
not
have
gonna.
dark vision, so that's great. Uh, regular roll, then, my friend. And she definitely goes out. Um, we will retcon a couple little bit here. Nakusara, when you get back, um, just as you and um, Anthar are finishing your conversation, Blair comes in, looks at you, goes, I followed their tracks as far as I could. It looks like I don't like a bear but bigger tracks ensued. There's blood. There was only bear tracks afterwards. I don't know what.
That's not a good smoke omen. We should. Hmm. So you're fairly certain that a search isn't worth it?
I I did the best I could. I mean, I can even see in the dark fairly well. Not as far as you, but I can at least still see in the dark. Um, I went back to where we were, followed their prints. Vale, a little harder to track than Dr. K, but um, yeah, big like a not like a normal sized bear. This was the she like does this. These prints were this big. They were big.
Well,
That seems more like a dire, maybe even an owl bear.
we we have a very important adventure ahead of us, and I hate to leave more people and lose more people, but we have to keep moving forward.
Maybe we can get one of the gauntlet people to go out. Maybe if they could find them, send them after us.
Yes, we should relay this message to Onathor.
In sleep, in the morning, make a message. Onthar says, "Yeah, I'll send out one of the trackers. See what we can find." Tal, 4 regular, 4 greater,
No,
4
you
super.
said 8.
Yeah, yeah. 8, 4, and 4. Your numbers got
8,
me
4, and 4.
confused. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought you said 2 on superior.
No, 8, 4, and 4.
Cool. I got them all then. We can divvy them later. I just put them
Okay.
in my inventory so I didn't forget them.
And then you've got the 100 feet of the silk rope,
Yep.
which has
It's already
a
in the bag.
greater tensile strength than regular hemp rope and is lighter. Um, Plate for you. The other players can retcon what they got later. Um, do 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 do. Scroll up. And no.
I would say just for like parity's sake, um, before Tao went to bed, I would re-infuse my bag of holding. I'm keeping a mental note of how many days, since it does technically expire every 7 days, but I can re-infuse it
It
every
only
7 days.
expires in 7 days if you're unconscious.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Otherwise,
just
it
making.
stays. So your infusions, they stay. So you have your max of I think 2 currently still. Um, so if you're at max, if you try to make another one, then your
It'll.
first infusion fails. So your bag of holding stops working. All the stuff goes,
My
and
first infusion is my armor, by the way. It's not my bag of holding.
okay. All right, good to know. Good to know.
So there's an intentional reason in case I accidentally screw something up. I just take a one. I just take my AC down by 1.
Okay.
But I have already activated the infusion on the plate and reconfigured it to my body.
Um. So the potions, the plates, the rope, you guys asked for rations, so um, probably 5 days worth of rations. It should estimate it only take you 3 to get to Baldur's Gate. Rations expire, so they're kind of giving you just in case rations. So you can add 5 days. Everybody can add 5 days of rations. Um, Nekusar, um, Onthar hands you a set of black boots. And he kind of looks around when he says this and he goes, I know I fixed your boots last night. You were talking about your boots. And you have a keen for some magical effects. And I heard today was your birthday. So here are these fancy magical boots that don't really do a whole lot, but in time of need they might be handy. These boots, you can choose to leave footprints behind of other humanoids other than yourself.
That's dope.
You can add the boots of false tracks. Only humanoids can wear these boots. While wearing the boots, you can choose to have them leave tracks like those of another kind of humanoid of your size. You've met some interesting humanoids within the past 10 days, so you can't leave a halfling. Halflings are size small, so any medium-sized creature you could leave boot prints for, like a Goliath or a dragonkin, black maybe,
Or
or
born.
blue. Yeah,
That's dope.
so you can add that
Thank
to
you.
your D&D Beyond, and then we can do the Sinky later for moving that into Foundry here. Um, but your D100 was what kind of magical item you were going to get today, so you can get rid of your 31. That's a wondrous item. It's fun. No overall enhancements, but still kind of cool. Something little ooh and ah. Um, so you all have your stuff. Some of you have new boots. A envelope that's got a slight bulge to it in the center of the envelope is handed to you, Tal, because you're part of the order. The back of it is wax sealed with the symbol of the of Torm, and the front of it doesn't have any information on there, but Onthar says, "Don't open it because they'll know." As you get closer to Baldur's Gate, a name and location will appear on the front of the envelope.
Okay. They expect us?
They expect the
Someone?
envelope.
Okay. Cool.
The boat is down towards the docks. You're looking for a very skinny, old, tan guy who's got maybe 3 teeth about him, but knows the river well. It's not a very large craft, but if you push it, 2 days could be at Baldur's Gate. If
Okay.
you take time to be safe, maybe closer to 3.
Okay.
I
We will
thought
be.
that I thought it better to hide the information instead of letting it go out, since we do not know what walls have eyes and who has ears.
And I slide it right into my bag of holding.
Okay.
After I get these boots, I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna walk out to that big sandy ring,
Uh huh.
and I'm just gonna start walking through the sand, practicing all the different footsteps that I've seen, just kind of laughing because I know
Uh-huh.
somebody's gonna come out here and just be so confused.
I mean, you know, any humanoids of your size, if you ever see a minotaur, you could be planting minotaur hoof. So it's only things that you've seen. So right now it's the couple of dragon kin that you
Loxodon.
can do. Yep, Luxodon, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Warforge. They have a different foot style than most, especially him, since he was granite and diamond. His feet are a little bit more. They're not as long. They're more wide and probably similar to um,
Would the Dragonborn and
elephant.
Dragonkin have the same feet?
A little bit different. Walk.
They are different.
They
Okay,
walk different.
I'm gonna add that one too then.
Dragonborn are used to walking. Dragonkin are depends on who you encounter. Like if you have the land drake, they're kind of more on all fours. Dragonborn are more on just normal legs.
The dragonkin, there's a lot more claw indention as they're more used to not wearing any sort of boot or shoe. The Dragonborn are more the humanoid, more civilized, quote unquote, version. So their toe talons aren't quite as sharp. They're not as protrusive. They're more like bony nubs versus actual claws.
Vidalkin's feet any different?
Who? Oh, the blue
Vidalkin.
man? No.
Nah, I figure that'd be similar to human.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But you've got some interesting tracks that you could leave. Just start walking and suddenly it goes from human to elephant to Warforge. Nobody's going to be confused about any of that. But I think this is where we will end tonight's game. Hoard of the Dragon Queen. We've got quite a bit of RP done. We had a fight. We had some magical items handed out. We had a Nekusar tell just enough of the truth and word things in such a way as to not be lies, which is not the same thing as telling the truth. That encounter in Church of Bahamut could have gone a little bit left field. But it seems like Nakusar knows the DM and knows to be trixies with how they say things.
I thought that was pretty clever.
It
How I
was
worded that one.
genius.
It was great.
Genius. Fucking genius. There's nothing else other than that to say. Fucking genius. All right, let's go raid somebody because raiding is cool. Who we got on? Windrick is on. Let's go raid Windrick. Raid. Windrick.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We're back on Saturday. I gotta actually get a weekend off this week. Not this Saturday. We're back next Saturday. Rime of the Frostmaiden. They found a goat person digging in some stuff. Decided, hey, let's keep it as a pet. We didn't really like being called a pet. Yeah, we'll find out what happens with that.
I
But
could have had a new set of tracks.
Yeah, you could have. Gosh darn it. We'll see you all later. Hopefully we get our normal players back by then. Have a good night or morning for those of you in the future.
See ya.
Raiding Windrick. Boom, 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 boom.